Just thought I'd drop in and say hello. It's 7 o'clock. Time for the usual live stream, isn't it, Lily? Huh? Is it time for the live stream? What do you think? How come you look so pensive this evening, huh? Why do you look so concerned? Did you not have fun woofing at everybody as they went by a little bit ago? No? You didn't? Okay. I don't know what she's being so shy about this evening, but Miss Lily had fun barking at some friends of ours as they came by on their boat a little bit ago and visited with us. So she seemed to enjoy that. Oh, now you're going to give me some hugs? Okay. Huh. Oh, all right. Big hugs. Big hugs. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? You having fun this evening, huh? Are you having fun this evening? You like getting your butt scratched, don't you, huh? You just want to get your butt scratched? Is that it? You just want to get your butt scratched? Is that what you're doing? Right there's the spot, guys. Right at the base of the butt, right above the tail. Yep, that's the spot. She seems to really enjoy. Oh, does that feel so good, huh? Does that feel so good? All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Sit down. Go sit down. Sit down. We're wasting everybody's time here on the live chat. So, hey, Smoking. Hey, Akula. How you doing? Hey, Selling Upwinds. Putting me in timeout again. Okay, good luck with that. Hey, Wood Beast. Hey, Billy Boy. Hey, John Dolan. Hello, Winston. Pilot. Patriot. Plastic. Everybody. Wow, okay. A bunch of people rolled in all of a sudden. Hey, Chief. What's going on, man? Anyhow, there's the sunset this evening. Looking pretty good. Kind of a picture of sunset there with the sailboats getting settled in. Wow, right there. We're getting right down to the last few minutes, aren't we? Hey, Johnny Hag, how you doing, man? Anyhow, I'm going to see if I can just keep that off to the side of me so we can keep track of the sunset while we're going here. Although the wind's kind of whipping the boat around a lot. You know, I don't have old chain anchorage. I have chain with rode, and as a result of that, my boat gets whipped around a lot in the wind. If I had all chain, it would track much steadier and not be fishtailing back and forth all the time. But because I only have 20 feet of chain and a bunch of rope, it fishtails back and forth a lot. So just sort of the nature of it. Plus the boat design adds to that as well. But let's see what we missed here in the chat. So, hey, Johnny Hag, no plastic, Akula. Days are getting shorter fast. Yes, they are. Hey, Steve Garrity. Beautiful, right, man? Yeah, it is beautiful. Hey, Patriot Canadian Carl, for the first time, there was an advertisement on before I got here. You moving on up all the time. Okay, well, they should be running ads every time when you first get on, but hey, Tickle Me Fan, how you doing? Okay. All right, well, I guess after all of that, want a bridle stop the boat from swinging? No, not really. No, I mean, the bridle would center the bow of the boat a bit more and may reduce it by some, but I think the bigger problem is the fact that I have all rode. I am tied off to kind of one side, so that may have something to do with it, but out of the oven and resting. Okay, second anchor. No, I'm not going to put a second anchor down. Second anchor would just be crazy to do that here. Hi, dog. It would be just crazy to do that here. You know, a lot of people put down second anchors. That's a good way to get both your anchors fouled on each other. Twisted into a big knot, wrapped around the stern. I'm not a big fan of adding a second anchor because you usually end up making more problems than you fix doing that. Oh, does that feel so good, huh? Am I still scratching your butt for you? Am I still scratching your butt for you? All right. All right, come on, go lay down. Go lay down. I'm live streaming here, dog. You're interrupting. Go lay down. Oh, man. Time and wind are different. Yes, they are. Cool ability, tickle me fence, second anchor. Hey, all. Hey, PC. May your house be safe from tigers. All right, there you go. Yeah, I don't think I have too much to worry about tigers here today. Well, see if I can get you guys set down there. So there you go. So anyhow, things have been pretty quiet here on the boat today. I had, you ever have one of those days where everything just seems like it was going to go wrong, could go wrong, did go wrong? Well, today was one of those days. Lily, go lay down. Go lay down. Go on, get. Come on, get. Go down below. Okay, that's what you want to do. Go down below. Anyhow, just seemed like everything was going wrong today. The guys on my generator said they were working on it and putting it back together and getting it finished, but they never called me and said it was done. So I don't know what the status is on my generator. On my computer, on the other hand, we had some really bad news on my computer. It turns out my motherboard shorted out. He said that where the battery connects to the motherboard, it looks like it had an overpower situation where it got too much electricity and shorted out the motherboard. So I asked him what caused that. I said, did me changing out the power button, the on-off button, and not properly grounding it or something, is that what caused the problem? He said, no, that wouldn't have had any effect on this. He said it's a common problem when you have a poor power supply. Like if your electric company, keeps, I don't know, you guys probably don't know this, maybe you do, but when you have electric coming in from the electric company, and normally you have 200 amps coming into a household residential setup, and it's 110 on one side, 240 volt on both sides. So you usually have 200 amps to 240 volt coming in. Well, they pump that 200 amps to your house, but that doesn't come in a flat wave. It cycles, and it's not real steady depending on how much voltage they're pushing out towards you. Anyhow, here operating with my generator and having my generator set to the fuel saving mode where it runs at idle, and then as it needs power it revs itself up. We're thinking that probably caused an overpower situation. Anyhow, we're thinking that may have caused an overpower situation and popped the motherboard on the computer. So from now on, if I run a computer here, on the boat, I'm going to have to make sure that the generator is set to not be in that fuel save mode and just be pumping out the full 1800 watts on a more continuous sine wave type pattern. Or the other alternative I could do is use the generator and the alternator to power up the battery bank, and then put an inverter on the battery bank and draw power off the inverter, which would actually give me cleaner power. But anytime you make a transition like that, you lose a certain amount of efficiency. So anyhow, the bad news is $510 to fix my laptop. So I'm debating what to do here today. Really debating what to do here today. Trying to figure out what's the best venue for that. Do I spend $510 and fix the motherboard on the computer that I have and that already has a lot of my stuff on it, and don't have to resubscribe to a whole bunch of new software, and then if I don't spend $510 on this computer, then of course I lose everything that was on there. But it's a couple-year-old computer. If I buy a new one, then I have a newer, more powerful one. But to replace the one I have, I'm looking at like $800 or something, and I don't have the 500, let alone the 800. So it's all a pipe dream anyway. So I don't know what to do. Really in a dilemma over this. This is the major setback. A lot of people have said to me since I've started this adventure that I am one major setback away from failure. Well, this is the one major setback, only in the regards that I can't create videos. I can still do my live streams and do that kind of stuff. I just can't do videos, so can't edit. Or at least ways I can't edit using the Adobe Premiere software that I was using, and I won't have all that stuff. I imagine I could pull the hard drive out. You can pull the hard drives out and put them in little power pack things, and they become external hard drives. So I could salvage the data that way. But that costs money too, and that's more money to be spent in order to do all that stuff. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do with it. I'm trying to figure it out. So anyhow, let me see what I missed here in the chat. So wow, a lot of chat. Okay, let me go back here. Billy Boy 220. No, 240 volt electric, not 220. May your house be safe from tigers. May the kind bird. Okay, Don, I don't know what's going on with you tonight. Maybe is someone impersonating Don tonight? So, surge protector. Yeah, surge protector probably would have helped. 110 volt for Europeans. No, that's. Okay, well, yeah, I guess on one side for residential. Okay. Yeah, I guess resistance and overpowering. Yep, good evening, America. Hey, Douglas, how you doing, man? Yep, motherboard died. Charge computer off battery is a better idea. Yeah, Bubba, I think so. Yeah, there is a surge suppressor on the line pilot. It apparently didn't do the job, so could have gotten a new one. Change your own motherboard. Yeah, John, I don't know that I am that competent to change out my motherboard. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the motherboard that would have to be changed out. That's pushing my area of expertise, so buy a new one. There's a problem with that. On many docks, yachts have regulator to stabilize the voltage coming in. Yep. Dog, what did you do? God damn it, get. She got her leash up and caught the back of my eyeglasses. I love that she comes up and gives me hugs like that, but sometimes she's a pain in the butt. Okay. Run the computer off 12 volt. Well, yeah, I wouldn't be able to run it off 12 volt. I'd have to run it off 110. Cause, well, I guess, I think the voltage on the computer is actually 18 volt, isn't it? When it converts it down. So I can buy that motherboard much cheaper. Yeah, John, I probably could. It's the cost of the motherboard and, of course, the labor to put it in and set it up and do all that stuff at Micro Center. So a lot of it is the service and the labor of having them, with their expertise going ahead and do that. And, of course, it would be original OEM Hewlett-Packard parts, not some off-brand secondary market stuff. So... Bubba, they charged me $60 just to look at it, so if I don't fix it, I've already paid them $60, so get motherboard on eBay. Hey Andy, how you doing? Hard drive is okay, most likely. Yep, I think so. Don't put money in an old computer. You can still transfer the data from the hard drive. Yeah, exactly. Would price the motherboard on Amazon. Okay. Tom Travis says, send it to me, I will fix it. Okay. Option would be a workstation, could get more powerful one, cheaper than a laptop, and probably more durable. Yeah, I don't really have room to set up a big computer workstation. I really need to stick with a laptop. Hey, Jeffrey. Or buying APC backs up BX 500. Okay. Micro Center done, not even know to clone a hard drive. Lily is a lovable dog. Yes, she is. Google it, it's a simple process. John, I'm bit of a catch-22, I guess I could Google it with my iPad. I guess I could do that, yeah. Fried from vacuum electrostatic. Wish you'd be nicer to Lily. Okay. The Tigers thing was funny. Greetings from the 80s. Oh, I see. Okay. Starting at $19. Huh. Figuring out the power supply serves your needs before bringing new or old laptop back on board. Yeah, no plastic. I could simply just make sure that I switch the generator on to the full power instead of the power save mode, and that would in essence do the same thing. it would preserve and put out a more steady power that won't over. What happens when you're in the fuel save mode is that it monitors the consumption, the pull of power needed to operate it. And so when my refrigeration kicks in, the generator will all of a sudden surge and put out a whole lot of power. And when it does that, I think it kicks it up too high too fast for my computer to be able to deal with that. So, okay. Okay, that Micro Center guy doesn't know what he's talking about. The power supply that plugs in converts 110 volt AC to DC voltage, most likely 18 volt. The generator didn't fry it. Okay. And such a small percentage of your material, don't sweat it. Pull the hard drive and save it for a new computer. How old is the computer? Pat Mac, the computer's a couple years old. Hey, Mike Rempel, how you doing? Tire cases are not compatible with cheap aftermarket ones. $300 will get you a decent used computer, but then you could probably swap the hard drive. Tom Travis says IMS. Just catching up. Hello, Doug. All ships at sea. I'm an experienced IT guy. I can fix it. Okay, Tom. Guys at Micro Center are working there for a reason. They didn't graduate software class. Yeah, that may be the case. Your car charger light. Huh. Maybe go for your repair. Just clean the old drive and transfer to a new laptop. Just clone the drive and transfer to a new laptop. Yeah. Huh. All right, I just caught up with the chat, reading everything everybody's saying here. Generators and some power supplies don't get along. I found that out doing shows. Yeah, Mike. Manage a boat, but not computers. Computer woes, oh boy, insurance. I don't. Yeah. Well, I don't know, guys. You know, I've not been. I took some computer classes back in the day, back in college. Not anything that really is helpful with dealing with computers today. That was so long ago. And I have a basic understanding of electricity and electrical stuff, and I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with that. It might be simpler just to buy a new computer, but it's all academic anyway, because I don't have the funds for it. So I think the reality of it is I'm just going to have to go with what I'm doing right now and don't worry about it. Once I get down to Florida and get back to work, then I can buy a computer. Although I'm going to need a computer there to get back to work. So that's going to be a bit of a catch-22. I really need a computer there because I do a lot of direct mail. So I need to be able to write letters and print them out and do that stuff. I guess I could do that with my tablet, my iPad. I don't know. Guess I'm going to have to figure that out, aren't I? So anyhow, so that happened today. And then today I was down changing the zinc. I was trying to install the new zincs on the boat, and I just about got this one on. This is the first one of the two I was going to put on. I just about got this one installed when I dropped my Allen wrench. So somewhere in the bottom of the bay here, there's an Allen wrench. So after that little fiasco, I said, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna, I'm gonna call it a day for projects because I just was not in a good mood. The computer thing ticked me off, and then dropping my Allen wrench just took the wind out of my sails, and I decided that was enough harassment and stressful stuff to deal with. So I kind of called it a day. You know, that's the one good thing about living the sailing lifestyle is at some point, you know, I don't have to punch a clock. I don't have to report to a boss. I don't have to do anything on any particular schedule. And so I dropped an Allen wrench. And of course, the Allen's only one of many in a set. And of course, you know, try to buy a single Allen wrench. So I'll end up having to buy a whole set for, you know, $10 or whatever. But I don't know. It's not that expensive. Allen wrenches are. It just ticks me off, you know? So it just ticks me off. But oh well. That's life on board. So I know a lot of people on boats have lost a lot of tools. I really haven't lost anything until yesterday and today. I lost a snorkel yesterday and an Allen wrench today. So, okay. With that said, wow, you guys are talkative tonight, man. A little on-off switch was bouncing around inside. That probably shorted, and what caused the frying. Martin, you might very well be correct. Yep. All your vids are on YouTube. No, they're not. Only the ones I published are on YouTube. I have a bunch of them that were in the works. I have like 5 videos that I was working on that I had about ready to come out, and now that's all gone. So, from what I've seen the last few days, get a job, earn money, buy new gear. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm swapping motherboard for your model laptop. Tom Travis, I'm going to do that. I will get on my iPad tomorrow, and I will watch videos on swapping out my motherboard. And that will give me a pretty good idea as whether or not I think I can handle it or not. Remember our first XT computer in 1980. Oh man, yeah. My first computer, big computer. Well, my first computer was an Osborne. I don't know if you guys ever remember the Osborne computers, about the size of a so-called portable sewing machine. The thing weighed a tremendous amount of weight. Had 2 5¼ inch floppy hard drives. I remember that. And a little tiny screen, not much bigger than my cell phone here, actually. But I had an Osborne computer, and then my first big business computer I bought was an IBM AT. When they first went color, I had the very first color monitor on a computer with the IBM AT back in the day. So, lots changed since then, man. Wow. Okay, it jumped ahead, and I have to go way back. Okay, Carl, your deck looks like St. Martin after the hurricane. Thanks, Clint. Appreciate that. Live streaming is working. It is. YouTube has many how-to detail repair most things. Okay, I'll check that out. Or find a wealthy lady to live off. Always an option. No, it's not. The fridge will cause spikes as it cycles. Yeah, Bubba, I think you're correct. Computer is shot, and I hear that sucks. Yeah, he's stuck in BC. Yep. Dropping tools. Yeah, I really can't complain. I mean, for the amount of work I've done on the boat up to this point, all I've lost tool-wise is 1 Allen wrench. I really can't complain about that. Always tie a line. How do you tie a line to an Allen wrench? Especially one that small. I'd have to drill a tiny little hole through it to try to run a piece of thread. It's too small to tie a line to. I guess I could have taped something to it, and for all the good that would have done me, I just would have dropped it. Oh, stuck in BC, yes, another disaster. What next? Get drunk, worry about it tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not drinking tonight. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Oh, yeah, right. Good luck with that. Stay sober, avoid trouble, and stash away a lot of cash. Put a wrist tether on the next Allen key. Okay. Set the boat on fire and collect the insurance. Yeah, I don't have insured for that. You can switch a motherboard, Carl. You can do it. Okay, Trav, thanks. I'm going to look at that and see. I've lived a lot peaceful. Get a magnet fish. Yeah. The only problem is the magnet fish would probably cost me more than the damn laptop, or more than the damn Allen key, and then I'll probably get it fouled on something down there. So. Refurbish. Okay. He's a CIA agent. He says still working on Commodore 64. Oh gosh. Plug in the components. Okay. Yeah. I have liquor left, but I'm not drinking tonight. I swapped the motherboard, and it was fairly simple. It takes lots of picks, so you can remember where all the connectors go. All right. Allen keys, not wrenches. Okay. Well, either way. First computer I owned was color, also green. Traded into Hewlett-Packard and explain the problems. Drill a hole in cork and shove it in. Drill a hole in a cork. That's not a bad idea, Bubba. Yep. Oh, yes, I am, Wood Beast. That's another thing I haven't even gotten to talking about yet. But yes, Florence is coming, and it's going to suck. IBM laptop, I could send you. Old IBM laptop. Yeah, no, I don't need an old computer is the problem. My problem is, in fact, my computer is so old that my RAM is barely sufficient for the video editing that I do now. The Adobe Premiere Pro that I use for editing requires a lot of memory. It really does. And so when you don't provide it with a lot of memory, it tends to not play videos well. So, and it's only a 2-year-old computer, but it only had, I think, 2 gigs of RAM. And if I'm gonna buy a new computer, I'm gonna try to kick it up to 8 or 16 or something. Actually, I think the smartest thing for me to do is I'll just wait till I get down to Florida and buy a new computer. I can survive, I hope, that long without it, and that'll just motivate me to get down there and get working sooner. Of course, then again, I need a computer to do that work. So, well, I guess I can write letters and print them using my iPad on my printer. I don't know how I can do that. I guess it'll connect to Bluetooth, maybe. I don't know, I'll have to figure out the logistics of that. But anyhow, I'll get down there and figure it out. Then I'll buy myself whatever's the biggest, most powerful computer I can. I've always had an advocate to buy the biggest, most powerful computer I could afford at the time, because it changes and upgrades so much stuff that, you buy the hottest computer out the market right now, and 2 years from now, it's an old beat up jalopy compared to whatever will be new. So anyhow, with that said, let's go ahead and talk about this biatch that's on her way up here. Florence is heading my way, and she's not looking very happy. So, is that German? Okay, who is Florence, and is she coming? Is she a hottie? Oh yeah, she's a hottie, all right. Yeah, Tropical Storm Florence, Hurricane Florence, actually. Strip rubber wrench fits through, okay. Lots of them. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I would be able to use the Allen key if it was stuck on the little rubber thing on my wrist. I'll have to figure that out. It's called Hewlett-Packard. Maybe it's a good idea. Okay, thanks, Storm, with a lady's name. How frightening. Yeah. Good luck with the girl wanting a sailing partner on Facebook you spoke with. She looked cute. I'm not sure who you're talking about there, Truth Finder, but okay. If you were to head south, at least Cap may be fine. Omen by HP, accelerator shell. Okay. You're skipping comments. I am. If you knew Florence like I knew Florence, her mother would be after you too. There you go, John. If you knew Florence like I know Florence, yeah, right. Yeah. Better than yours for under 120. Okay, well, that may be something I may have to look at. So I'll figure out something, guys. I'll figure out something. It'll all be good. Anyhow, yeah, Florence. Florence is a hurricane building out in the Atlantic right now who, from the models that I've been tracking, looks like she's heading this way. I expect her to be here on the 14th or 15th, sometime around then. And of course, since I'm waiting on the generator and whatever else, weather patterns, I'm going to apparently be here. I have some friends of mine that, well, not friends of mine, but another sailing channel that went through. They're currently up in Delaware Bay right now. And frankly, you know, I don't know Delaware Bay that well. I don't know good hurricane holes up in Delaware Bay. I'm sure there are some. I told them to get up there on the canal. There's a marina at the halfway point on the, what is it, the CNO canal, the B&O canal, whatever it's called, the canal that goes from Delaware Bay over to the Chesapeake. The CNO, I guess it would be, Chesapeake, DNO, I don't know, O&D, whatever. Anyhow, I told them to go check out that marina and try to tie up there. Me, I'm going to drop back over here on the other side of the bay and pick up a mooring ball for a couple days until the hurricane passes. I spoke to the guys here at the mooring ball place. They've got a 1,000-pounder I might be able to tie on to. So a good 1,000-pound mooring sounds like the right thing to me. CNO, Chesapeake and Ohio. There you go, John Dolan. Thank you. So anyhow, I think I'm just going to sit tight. It seems like the safest thing for me to do is just to stay here in this area. I'm going to talk to my buddy Douglas and see about maybe couch surfing over at his house for a day or two when the really worst parts of the hurricane comes through. Just doesn't make any sense for me to be on the boat. I'm a little upset with myself for having put my boat in harm's way by being here even during hurricane season. I probably should have waited and stayed up on the Great Lakes or something, or the Erie Canal somewhere, but I didn't. Thanks, dog, for knocking that over. And so I'm here and the hurricane's coming. So there you go. My screw up. And it may cost me my boat, it may not. I don't know. It looks like when Florence gets up here, we're expecting some really big winds, like 150, 120, 150 mile an hour winds. I'm going to have to strip the sails, take everything off the deck. Everything's going to have to get stowed down below in preparation for this storm. I'm even going to take the propane grill down and the lily net and everything and get it all stowed away. So, any slips available? I don't know. I haven't bothered to call on a slip. I think just putting it on a mooring ball, I don't know. I don't know if it'll make a difference. Probably would. A slip would probably be safer. And I don't know if there's any slips available. I'm sure there's some place that I could get a slip right now. They're $4 a foot per night. So that'd be like $120 a night for me to tie my boat up there. Which is, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. We're going to monitor Florence and see what she's doing, see how she comes along, see where she comes to and what it all ends up being. You know, there's some models that show that she's going to turn and head out to sea. And we won't get that bad of wind here at all. So we're just going to have to watch it and just monitor it and see what goes on. So unless you watch the Dramatic Weather Channel, they are warning people in Cali to take cover. California. CNO Canal, CND Canal, okay. Yeah, Trav, she's not supposed to get here until like the 15th, 14th, 15th. I wonder about that happening a month ago and you blew me off. Yeah, well. No, I'm not on the South Shore, Doug. You're right. Does Doug have room in his garage for a 29-foot cow? Yeah, right. Definitely want to keep an eye on the weather. Yeah, we're watching the weather. Not continuously every day, but yeah, we're watching the weather a lot. I check it probably 3 or 4 times a day to see if there's any difference in the progress or in the models. But yeah, Johnny Hag, you're right. There's a lot that can happen in 10 days, and you know, there's some thinking that, you know, our water up here is cooler, and our cooler water will therefore not allow her to gain as much strength because she likes warm water to feed a hurricane. I don't know how valid that is, looking at some of the hurricane damage that happened up here a few years back. You know, this area can be hit with some pretty big storms, especially, you know, there along the New Jersey coast and the South Shore of Long Island. I'm on the North Shore. I'm in a really, really well-protected harbor here. Anyhow, let me see what I'm missing here in the chat. Definitely want to keep an eye on the weather. Yep, a lot can happen. Yep, so early. And be sure often when hurricane gets close to land, it will deflect back out to sea. Yeah, John, it does that often. Yep, slips are not safer in bad hurricanes. Your neighbor's boat wrecks into your boat. Happened to me, lost my boat. I was there to watch. Oh, that would be horrible. We were lucky, rode out of Matthew and Irma. Relax, stop being so dramatic about the hurricane. No one knows where it's going. It's more than 2,000 miles from the East Coast. All right. Well, no models I've seen are in your direct area. Huh. Okay, well, it's not in here. It's just forecasted to be here in about 10 days. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Just something for us to be keeping mindful of. And I'm sorry if you think I'm being overly dramatic, but you know, this is everything in the world. Everything I own is on this boat, so it's important to me. If you don't think that's appropriate, well, you know, too bad. But my whole world is on this boat right now. So if a hurricane is forecasted to be here, then I'm concerned about that. I'm going to take action to preserve the boat and my health. So I would have been safe if I anchored out. Yeah, Bob, I hear you. Sometimes you're better off. Woodward is have room. If I completely cleaned it out, we'll have to raise the roof. Yeah, Doug, I don't think it's going to fit in your garage, man. Pearson lost her during Irma. Yeah, there you go. Do you watch Selling La Vagabond latest video about why they chose to sell? No, I have not watched that one yet, Pat Mac. I have not seen that. Oh. Insure it for enough to buy a new Amel 50. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think I'll be safe. We're going to prepare and cut the keel off with a chainsaw. There you go. Yeah, we could do that. Cut the mast off and cut the keel off and lay it on its side and park it into Doug's garage next to his motorcycle. I don't know if there's room in there next to his Harley, so that he'd have to move the Fiat, and it's not really roadworthy just yet. But it'll be fun. Anyhow, like red green. Okay. Hey, Outcast, how you doing, man? See boats heading to sea. I don't know where you would go that would be safer than here smoking. I really don't. I travel about 50 miles a day, head up to Maine. Yeah, Bob, will that be any safer? You know, I don't know. I don't know that Maine would be any safer. You know, this hurricane might turn and roll right up the coast and roll up into Maine. Maine doesn't get hit as much as New York. New York gets hit less than, say, you know, New Jersey, the Carolinas. So I'm in a real good, safe place here, and I've got resources available to me. So I think the prudent thing would be to sit tight. Yeah, except Truthfinder, what you learn about insurance is they tend not to pay on any named storm. Doug, is he kidding about your vehicles? No, I'm not kidding about Doug's vehicles. Doug drives his car. His wife's got a Beamer. His daughter's got a car. He's got a Fiat there he's working on and a motorcycle in the garage. He hardly has room for my boat to fit anywhere in there. Making a run northward might be a good option, Bob. Yeah, it is the wrong direction. Head back in the canal or head for the ditch. That's good. Panic's good. Facing Hell's Gate, sit tight for now. That's what I think it would be. Okay, Don, no. Okay, well, whatever that's all about. All right. Anyhow, yeah, you know, I'm not overly worried about it, guys. I'm just, you know, I'm talking about it. That's all. I'm just, you know, planning ahead. I'm trying to think ahead. I'm being proactive. I think it's prudent to be proactive. You know, the people that get into trouble on hurricanes are the people that wait for the day before the hurricane to rush down to their boat and think they're going to, you know, get everything done that needs to be getting done in just a couple of hours. That's not going to happen. So, you know, you think about things ahead of time, like, you know, where am I going to put this dinghy if a hurricane comes? Because I need to reduce the windage on the boat to protect it as much as possible. Take all the sails off and strip all the gas cans off the deck and empty the cockpit here and take the flags down and that kind of stuff. Just, you know, get things so that the wind doesn't have anything to get a purchase on. That's the smartest thing to do. Try to reduce the windage as much as possible. So, anyhow, generator update. Ball and hang tight. Ball and hang tight. Okay. No generator update, Alan. They said they were working on it today. In fact, they said they were putting it back together again when I called earlier today. I called them around 2:30, 3 o'clock because I hadn't heard from them yet. They said they were in the process of trying to put it all back together, assemble it again, and that they would call me when they got it done, and the guy never called me. So I assume it didn't get done. I'm hoping it may be done tomorrow, so we can figure out what to do from there. You might want that dinghy is working. Yeah. Well, I've got 10 days to get the dinghy fixed, so I'm gonna focus on. I guess I'm gonna focus on that once I get the generator back. I'll get the sanding and stuff done, and try to make some progress on that pretty quick. So. Oh, dog, try full. Okay. Try full. Try full what? Huh. Carl, the Lily 2 is your home, planning ahead and thinking it out makes sense. That's kind of what I feel like, Plastic, yeah. I think it would be foolish to just, you know, sit here and not worry about it. Hey, talking about other things that kind of tick me off too. Myself and a couple other fellows on here have been watching another YouTube channel called Keys Live. They do a live stream in the evenings of their karaoke bar, where you can, you know, watch online and watch the karaoke guys singing and what have you and hanging out. And for some reason, they took their channel down. We don't know exactly why they took their channel down right now. I haven't heard anything. Other people better connected to that haven't conveyed anything concrete yet. But, you know, what a shame. That was kind of fun to watch the karaoke bar doing live streams and seeing what was going on. So, stop advertising that site. That's BS. Thousands of claims were paid on Irma. What's BS, Truth Finder? I don't know what you're talking about. Please, yes. Why? Well, the site's down now anyway, Billy. So what difference does it make? They shut Keys Live down. So, hey, Dave Marshall, how you doing, man? Young sailboat survived the storm. Have pot of gumbo going. There you go, brother. Good to hear that, man. Good to hear that. Yep. I saw your picture of the parking lot there, Dave. I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, oh, he needs his dinghy back so he can get across his parking lot, because the parking lot at the marina where Dave Marshall has his boat had a bunch of standing water in it. So, so what's the late night stream? I don't think we're having a late night stream tonight. You mean whatever, right? I'm not sure what I mean at this point, Billy. I'm just sorry they took their channel down, that's all. I can just picture you acting like Forrest Gump, first mate during the storm on the movie. Okay. Yeah, no, I'd be the guy lashing myself to the mast and cursing out the storm as it came. So that's kind of what I would be doing. I'd be like, come on, you biatch, give me your worst. And the problem is she would. Yeah, no, I think the prudent thing for me to do is if it's going to hurt, if it's going to directly hit this area, I'm going to strip the boat down as best I can. I'm going to double up the the fender, the lines going out to the front of the boat. I'm going to run lines all the way back here to the cleats back here that I've rebedded to the mast and up to the front, so that the lines that you know pull on it are running through the entire length of the boat, not just cleated off to some cleats up on the bow. I'll strip the deck down, get everything stowed and prepped and down below, and then get myself off the boat. Get me and the dog someplace safe. Maybe I'll visit my sister Linda for a couple of days. Maybe I'll couch surf over at Doug's for a couple of days. I don't know, one or the other. I will find a place to stay to get in and out of the weather while it comes through. So I'm sure it's all going to be just fine, guys. That's what he did. The sorry part is all that went after you found the place because a few that told them. So Billy, what you're saying is that all of those who shall not be mentioned ruined it by getting over there and monopolizing the chat? Is that what you're saying? Because if that's the case, then I wish I had some way of apologizing to those people, and I'm sorry that happened, but certainly nothing I could control. So, yeah, Lieutenant Dan. There you go, John Dolan. Shows it turning north and hitting the East Coast anywhere between Jacksonville and Annapolis, nowhere near New York. Okay. Doug's finishing dialysis. Okay. Just give me an idea for your song about the journey. Okay, would be. That's cool. So, anyhow, kids, how about we do shameless shout out? I'm losing the light here, as you guys can tell pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and do a shameless shout out, and anybody that has a channel they're trying to promote, go ahead and give yourself a little bit of a shameless shout out, or if you know somebody that you want to promote, go ahead and give them a shout out. Be sure to check out Doug's channel, Doug Imbragamo, Saturdays at 2 o'clock. Actually, it was 2 o'clock. I think Doug's setting up a new time for his live stream. But he does a live stream where he talks about automobiles. We had a lot of fun on there last Saturday. So check out Doug's channel. Outcast, there you go. Outcast has a channel, SV Outcast. Check his out. He does some YouTube stuff. Who else is on here? I don't know if Slipstream on here. Slipstream does some YouTube videos. Not sure who else is on here that might shout themselves out. There's Lily chewing on something. What are you chewing on, dog? Lily, what are you chewing on? Are you chewing on the dinghy? I hope she's not chewing on the dinghy, making more holes in the PVC, but she might. Don't chew on that, dog. Okay, so Doug's channel, Sailing Magic Carpet. She is pretty and plays the violin. There you go. Ming Ming 2 is Sailing Addict, Old Guy, No Engine, Junk Rig. Cool. Ming Ming 2. All right, there you go, guys. There's some stuff to check out. So, anyhow, kids, I'm going to go ahead and pull the plug on this here. There's really not a whole lot exciting to report today. I lost the Allen key trying to install the zincs on the bottom. Got bad news on the laptop repair work. Did not find the switch yet for the bilge. I was going to work on that today. I spent a good amount of time tearing the boat apart trying to find the little switch that I bought for the bilge. Did not find that. So I'm still working on trying to figure out where that went to. I must have packed it away and put it someplace. So I guess I'm going to have to do a lot more tearing stuff apart and trying to figure out where that went to. So other than that, hi dog, how are you? Oh, you're coming up? Oh gosh, okay, hold on. I fully decided to come up and join me. Hi dog. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? You just want some loving, huh? You're not getting up in my lap. You're too big a dog to get up in my lap. Oh, I know. Life's so rough, isn't it? Life's just so rough, isn't it? Oh, your poor dog. Yeah, you can see how much I abused my poor dog. Your nails scratch, you know. Hi, give me kisses. You give me kisses? Is that what you're doing? Oh. All right, come on, jump down. Get down. Come on, get down. I'm trying to live stream here. Get Good girl. All right, what did I miss in the chat? Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, Carl, what did you say was the weather app you like? Oh, John, I like a bunch of them, but I think you're referring to Ventusky, V-E-N-T-U-S-K-Y, Ventusky. I like that one quite a bit. Yep, happy dog. Note people. Miss Philly's greatest dog sailing. Thanks, Clint. Reorganizing is a must. Find the lost pieces. Always, man, always. All right, batten down the hatches. Good night, everyone. Okay. I like bilge auto and manual switch with indicator light. Bilge auto and manual switch with indicator light. Huh, okay, I don't know that mine's gonna have an indicator light, but okay. All right, kids, yeah, you'll pretty much be able to hear it kick on, so it'll be kind of obvious that the bilge pump is pumping, but anyhow, kids, we're gonna end this here. We're running out of daylight, and so I'm gonna end this. Be good, be careful, take good care of one another, kids. In the description down below, you'll find links to my Patreon and my PayPal should you want to contribute to the adventure. If not, it's okay. We always put everything up for free anyway. 110, 109 people watching, only 18 thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, guys. And we'll have more for you tomorrow, kids. Be good and be careful, guys. Bye.